I wanted to point out before we go out, I have a short on this, you can go check it out. But right here where the throttle is, right there, there's a screw. And if you do this, see whenever you squeeze the throttle, see that little thing would hit the screw. It would hit the screw like right about here, so you only have like half throttle. It's a factory setting, you can do it. You loosen it all the way, and this is how far your throttle can go. If they do that, so like if you have little kids riding, you can make it, you know, where they don't go as fast. But yeah, that's what I did. So whenever you see the test run, it was before I put the carburetor on. That's how it goes, like 25 miles an hour, because I did that. So yeah, it's a factory setting, so it counts. We're gonna start on the carburetor. I'm gonna get ratchet, and I think I said a 10 millimeters, 9 millimeters, what the socket size is. And this is a Quinset. If you haven't seen my video on the Quinset, go check it out. So no, it was a 10 millimeter. So we're going to take this spring nut off this top. And that'll be a second. Really, this cover's kind of finicky to get on off. I don't see what I want you to. Okay, we got that cover off. And you want to take this. You want to keep your nuts together. Your pieces parts together in case you ever need to put it back. But I'm going to take this one nut off. Take the air filter off. Should just pull straight up. Want to keep your bolts together. Now this cover should just slide right off. Just slide right up and off. Well, I'll get back right with you when I figure this out. Okay, we're back at it. I figured it out. So sorry. If you want to loosen it, actually don't do what I did and actually leave it on. But now, make sure you keep, like, don't do what I just did and drop the bolt. But keep all your pieces, because you're going to want to save the carburetor in case you want to reinstall it. And I'm going to make a cool art out of it, out of the old parts. So this is the 92 Icon ratchet. If you want me to do a head-to-head with the Quinn, the Icon, let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. So now I gotta grab pliers. I'll grab these because there is, I'll zoom you in, bring you over here. So like right there is where I'm going to be working. So right here, there's this little, hard to see, this little, I don't even need pliers really. It's these. Well, this little thing in there, this little, whatchamacallit, clamp on the toes. So I got it. Should be able to just pull it off. Almost got it. I'm going to stop the video and I'll get back right with you when I get this thing off. Okay, so I'm back at it. I finally got it off. Now we're gonna pop the hose off. It just took me 2 seconds. Here's the clip. Save the clip. Put it. Take your shroud. Put it right there. Then you got your carburetor here. This you're gonna leave this because you're gonna put it on your new carburetor, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. So all this mechanism is going to come off, and I'm going to replace the grip too. But right now we're working on the fuel hose. I'm going to clamp it right here so that we can get this ready to go. So we got our parts, we got the carburetor, all the bolts down here. Make sure keep your bolts separate from the old ones, the old parts. So now we are going to, so our game plan is we're going to take this off, so here's the gasket. This is the old gasket that goes in between this and that, just like that. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pinch this. We're gonna hold this up here, pinch this. So because we got most all the fuel in line, but there's just a little bit left. So we're gonna pinch it so that it doesn't leak everywhere. We got it shut off from the tank, so there's no more, but it's just this last little bit here that I couldn't get out by running it. So yeah, I'll get this off and I'll get right back with you. Okay, we got the carburetor off. I'm gonna set it right here in this in case it leaks. It's probably gonna leak gas. So now that we got that off, we're gonna take the old bolts right there. We're gonna put them on so that we can remove these studs out, and then take this gasket off so that we can put this, because this will go right there, and then the carburetor will bolt onto this, and you get the gist. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these old bolts, we're gonna screw it on like this. Well, wrong way. And screw it like this. And then like this. And I gotta get a wrench to fit that. So once I find a wrench to fit that, I'll get back right with you. So now we tighten this one down. Now we're loosening this one. You see it's turning the stud so that we can get this. Now I should be able to turn it with my hands. There we go. Now take this stud out like that. And now you can take your ratchet if you want to. Well, I'm gonna hold this. Wires. I'm gonna have to try to get this off. I'll get right back with you. We're back at it. Now we're gonna take the other stud out. So the two bolts, the old bolts, you're gonna thread this one. Let me turn my music down. So you're gonna thread it all the way like that. Thread this next one. Then you're gonna take one of these. You should be turning the stud out of there. Yeah, like that, see? Keep all your parts to your bike in case the carburetor doesn't work right or something. We'll just leave those bolts on that stud. So now you're gonna want to take this gasket. I don't know how I'm gonna get off. I gotta get it off carefully. Oh, break. I'm gonna grab a flat tip. Like this small one, icon, to peel the rest of this off. Because this gasket really stuck on there. I'll get right back with you. So we're back at it. The reason I stopped was because they forgot to, so the head, I got this rag stuck because I had it sitting outside for a couple of days. And the problem was that I was having, which I will show you. See this? I'll get you in here close so you can see. But you see, here, I'll get you in close. But you see, like right there, right there, right here is where the head, you know, the gasket goes. But they forgot to send me that gasket, so they forgot to send it to me. So I went online. Can't really see me, but my head. But let me fix this. I went on Amazon. Well, I went to Napa. They didn't have the right gasket, but I went. Apparently, this gasket is supposed to be the one that goes there, but it doesn't line up. So I went online on Amazon and found. Might have to. Well, then I found a set of these gaskets on Amazon for really cheap. So I just needed one, but they had the whole set. Like, see? Because look, now this. See, now this holds up correctly. That's the gasket I needed. Because the original ripped, and most people said it would, so now, what we are going to do is we're going to take bolts, bolt this up like this together, and then bolt it to that. I'm gonna get back right with you when I get this bolted up and figure out how to bolt it up. So you may not need to use this. Well, here. You may not need to use this plastic one. On the pictures online, it doesn't show that they use it. I don't know why they didn't send a gasket for this. I guess I didn't see that. I thought it did, but so we're gonna take this bolt. You're gonna take it like this right here. We're just gonna screw it on. Then you're gonna take your 5 Allen on a ratchet. You don't have to be a ratchet, but it's so wobbly. I want to do it super. So then it should be, well, let's see how it's crooked. I'm gonna get that lined up and then I'll get right back with you. Okay, now that we got it, you got it bolted up like this, make sure when you look down in there that it's perfectly straight like that. So So this is how you put your throttle cable in. Put it like this. And put your throttle cable in there. Hook it to that thing. Let me screw this on, but I didn't put that thing back in right. So now, whenever you look at it in there, see how it's closed. And then this side, it's closed. Well, that Allen that I just dropped, wherever it went, oh, it's back over here. I couldn't end up using this setup because whenever I would put it in like this and I'd get it around it, it would, even though this is a wobbly, it just got stuck in there. So you actually should use an Allen like this. It comes with one. So it comes with pretty much all the tools you need. You just gotta buy a gasket kit. This was $7 and it came with like 6 or 7 gaskets. Came with a bunch of these, like the one I need, and it came with a bunch of rubber ones like this, but those aren't the kind I need, so we are going to bolt up this carburetor now. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to put this on first. You stick this, and you stick it on there like that. Then you make sure you put this, your, where you can get it. You're gonna want to grab a screwdriver. So I'm gonna take a screwdriver like this. I'm just gonna tighten it. Just tighten it on there. Make sure your air filter is tight. Like that. So this will be your carburetor, and you're gonna so this right here is this setup. I'm gonna have to move it out of the way like that. but this should like that. I thought you were supposed to use the how are you supposed to, once you bolt this up, how are you supposed to, I'll figure this out and get back right with you. So yeah. So I had to take the air filter off and that red thing, and I had to put put this on, but now I'm gonna just take this throttle linkage off. I'll need a bolt that'll fit that. I have it. Yeah, which is a 10 mil. We gotta take all this throttle linkage off. Throttle linkage. I think this is a 10 mil right here too. No, that's not for the throttle linkage. It's this bolt right here. But I don't know what that is. Oh, and there's a throttle bolt. That would be probably a 9 mil. Let's see for 9. Nope, it's smaller than a 9. I'd say, let's try 7 mil. It one size up from a 7, so 8 mil. That's what it would be. Same drive, and the same ratchet. Save your parts. Now we're going to see if this is the same size. And it is. So it's hooked to the throttle. So what we're gonna do, screwdriver here, I'm gonna unscrew this till it throttle cable go out. I have a wrench here that I can fix that. Yep, fits. Bike is like over 10 years old, or I think like 7 years. It's pretty old. My neighbor gave it to me for free, so and it's moving. Shout out to Aaron if you're watching. All time lapse. I'll get back right with you when I get this done. So we're back at it. I don't think, because this is governing, I don't think we need this right here. Just keep it with your keep all your linkage together. So I'm going to take the linkage and set it over here, as well as these two bolts, because, well, I will put the bolt back in this because I think this is a free hole into the head. I don't want that. You don't want. We don't need to put one there. But this, I don't think we need this either. Governor. That's still work. So take your needle nose. You're gonna want to, I'm trying to, yeah, there we go. Save your linkages to your dowel and stuff. Now the governor still do the work. The governor still work. Oh wait. And so now what we're gonna do, I got that off. Now we're gonna finish tightening up these, but you're gonna take this to do it. Yeah. For me, I have to take the throttle linkage off to do it. Save your throttle linkage. Save all your linkages. So now you got this on, and take the your two long bolts, and we're gonna slide them in like that. Take your second one, slide it. Take your nuts. Take your other nut. Yeah, we sorry. Got the I put these bolts on backwards. Bolts on backwards. loose, so you can adjust it to how it needs to be. But next, for attention, take this outside the foot. So I got my pin light here. I'm trying to make sure it's all even. And it should. You can adjust how level the thing is. Now, when the bike is level, should be good. So now, put this back in, put it. That should be. Now, we're gonna bolt it on. I'm gonna get back right with you to make sure this is right, and we'll put the air box on. I'll put this on off camera, and yeah, I'll get right back with you. We had a little incident with, there was something to do with the cops, so I had to shut the garage and stuff, so that's why I wasn't on. But so there's fuel. Get the box. So there it is. It comes with this filter right here, or it comes with this one. This one I'm not going to use because for where we're at, Oklahoma, you don't want to use that. And it comes with two lines. See, one's thin line, one's thick. One's for the drain, the gas drain, and then one's for the actual gas line. So rule of thumb on the fuel filters, as you can see, this one doesn't have a direction on which way it's supposed to go. So the rule of thumb is to put the part that you can see facing the tank. So it'd be like this, be facing the tank. Like this part right here be facing the tank, so it'd be going that way. That's a rule of thumb. I'm not gonna install that yet. So now we gotta install the grips. So I saved all the parts, but this is all the parts we took off. The whole shroud, the gaskets. Here's the old carburetor right here that we took off. So save all your parts in case you ever want to build it back. But so I need some like fuel clamps, and this clamp right here I'm gonna use for the fuel. You need clamps. You don't really need one going to the carburetor. I think you should have one, but I got some other clamps. So I say we move to the grips, so I'll bring you in closer to the grips. So yeah, now we're gonna do the grips. So I got the grips sitting right over here. It's a kit like this. It comes with the grips, the throttle cable. It comes with the grips, the throttle cable. Comes with a new, whatever you call it, kill switch. But I'm not going to use that because my kill switch is right here. But it's perfectly fine. Doesn't need replaced. So to do this, you're going to want to get your throttle cable, obviously, and all your grips and stuff. Oops. So you got your grips right here. We'll set them on the seat. You got your zip ties and your hand rest. You got an Allen key to install them. You got this, which is like this piece right here. And you got your throttle cable. Now I like these grips because it's red. I'm going with the red and black theme. So to be able to replace this, I'm going to set the throttle cable over here. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take this off, obviously. Unscrew the throttle cable, then take this off. But you can see down here, this is where the throttle cable routes. And then it goes right here into the engine. So we're going to have to cut those zip ties there that hold this stuff here. And the kit comes with, let's see, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 zip ties. And this is 1, 2, 3 ties. So to be able to tie that back up. So let's get to it. So what we're gonna do is unscrew this. You can see how it's already unscrewed. You just unscrew this. Like this. And you're going to take a Phillips head screwdriver, which is what I have right here. And unscrew this. Unscrew all of them. Now, we don't have to, we're not using this grip anymore, so, these grips, so you can just screw it back on. on in there. So now this, you didn't really need to unscrew. I'm just gonna screw it back on because just so I can keep all the old parts together. So like that. So whenever you go to cut the zip ties for your whoa, you see that? That cable moves. But when you go to cut your ties for your new ties, these ones right here, you want to cut on the back side here like this, so you don't cut your your housing for your through. But so this bolt there's a bolt right there where it's gonna take off right here. So then your throttle cable and we're gonna have to cut that zip tie too, right here. Like heat shrink tube. I don't think you really have to have that on the cable. It's like not coming off. So I'm gonna say, well now it's there's no way for it to come off. So let me figure that is. So I'll get back right with you when I get this off. So now we're going to put the throttle cable on. I couldn't get that rubber off, so we're just going to leave it as this. Because I'll show you. Oops. This slides, right? But there's no way to get it off the cable. So, and I don't want to ruin this cable. Maybe. So this you put on the carburetor, but so to put it on the carburetor, you unscrew. Well, if you can see me, it's showing closer. So you take the cap off here, and it's the spring. Don't. Well, you're gonna take the other end. Just you're gonna take. Let's see, like that. And you're gonna take this out from under here. And you're gonna put it in like that, in that pin. And you're gonna put it where it's make sure it goes in all the way. Well, before you do that, before you attach it here, don't forget to put your spring back on. Now you might want to take your air filter back off once you finish installing the carburetor so you can make sure it. So I'm going to feed this up here like this, and that should be, well, I'll get it attached and then, so now what we're going to do is I'm gonna take the finger on this and which is, I might not replace this grip. If I can get it off, I will. But these grips, they're just rubber. They're just like a better rubber than, because I can tell you this rubber feels rock solid, and this one, like, see how it gives? Yeah, it gives right there. It's right here. See how this barely doesn't even give. So you're gonna take this and you're gonna take your then you're gonna take I'm gonna get back right with you when I figure out how to do this, because I kind of forgot. With the donut, American flag donut, we added the throttle cable with the carburetor. We got the fuel line cut and hooked up. Sorry, my camera died as I was videoing this, so, but you get the gist. I'm gonna start it up for the first time. So this has a choke, which is right here on the carburetor, and this fuel line, all I gotta do is turn it down for it to turn on, and now it's starting to go fuel in the carburetor. So now I'll put the choke and I'll try to start it. We're going to be installing this chrome pipe to replace this pipe. This pipe back is rusted. Had it on here for 2 years. Replace it the same as that side, it'll just be chrome. It comes with these gaskets and this wrench to install it. I'm not going to be using the wrench. I'm going to be using the ratchet to do that. It comes with lock washers, and then it comes with bolts. And then it has this exhaust wrap with these ties in case you think your leg's gonna burn this, which mine's not, so I'm not gonna be using those. And so yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna take this off. That bolt. I'm gonna have to grab the stitching. It's right there. Okay, got an extension. I think it's gonna be might have to use a wrench for this side. But we'll get that. There's the gasket. It's single. I'll get back right with you when I figure something out. We're back, and I just had to look, because I've never used lock washers before, to put it on before I put the nut on. And so, we got this nice new chrome pipe we're going to put on now. Start your bolts. Don't start both of them like this. Leave that there. Put the wall. This. And the second one. This socket is 1/2. I'm gonna grab a 1/2 wrench. Box. Ratcheting wrench. Go watch my Quinn video about this tool set. Make sure you turn the ratchet to the tighten. Hey, honestly. Let's see. It's a 14, so I guess we need a 14 millimeter instead of a 14. So we'll just grab a 14 instead, because I guess the new bolts are different size. I guess I can't use the ratchet. This is why they have I'm actually just going to use the wrench bay. It's small. Pretty nice quality. It was like $17 from Amazon. I'll put a link in the video description. But it's like really cheap. Make sure you get it tight. Make sure you get it. Make sure you can't turn it anymore, like that, and there you go, that's installed. It's pretty close to the finger, not sure, I think it's the same as the type. So, yeah, so I'll grab the camera and we'll show you the other side for the air filter. So we are going to be putting this little filter, so if you put a carburetor on, my last video was adding a carburetor, but if you put a carburetor on, this little piece right here would connect to the old airbox to help it breathe, and it goes in the side of the head here. Well, you can't just block it off like I did. You have to take this off, use this to keep that pipe there, put one of these little air filters. So this is what the air filter looks like. It's a little $7 one from Amazon. So we are going to take the pliers, which you gotta get this off, which is just, well, you don't even need pliers, really, to get that off. It's all zip tied. So I'll get back right with you when I get all these zip ties undone. Okay, so we got this air filter. Now we're going to put it on this pipe, but you want to, this little piece, you want to take off. It's just a retaining clip for, but this is what you're getting rid of, all this mess. You don't want that. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to take this little pipe, get it on there like so. Make sure this is in there. That's what it's going to be like. You're probably going to have to get the tight zip tied up. But make sure it's in there and put it. And get your screwdriver. Which, let me grab this stuff. Put the flat tip. I'm going to take this guess it's not a flat pitch. I mean, it's a flat pitch before. I guess it's cool. Sorry, I'm moving back and forth. Just schools are right over there. Came on. You're just gonna zip tie it up and zip tie it like that. So I'll get back right with you when I get zip tied. So after you zip tie it, it'll look like this. I'll just get one straight zip tie eventually or figure something else out, but that's the general gist. And then so you have your carburetor and then you have this, which goes in there so it can breathe, and get rid of this big mess, because who wants this hanging off the side of their engine and have to zip tie all up in it, you know? Because like I was having problems where the pipe would want to come out of that, and it's no fun. So now that we got it installed, I gotta I'll show it to you like this, and then in this video later I'll show you we got a muffler to go on the end of the pipe, but it hasn't come yet, so when it comes we'll install it on this video, but it'll be later in the video. So I'll pull this out and we'll get you set up to where you can hear it and see it in a test. So yeah. So we're going to test this pipe, turn on the gas, and then we're gonna come over here, make sure the fuel slip. Always make sure this is the off position. We'll make sure it's on, and make sure, and then it runs like a champ. It looks nice. My other one backfired every time you use it, but I don't really care. It looks cool. It's gonna look cool with the muffler on it. I'm happy with it. It's definitely worth the money. I'd go pick it up. The other one, now that one was $9. Don't buy that black $9 one because it has rusted with. It's only been 2 years and it's already rusted. This one may change colors, I don't know. I'll give you a yearly update later, but it's good. And I'll show you me installing the, what did I say? The muffler that goes on the end of it, like right here. I might have to do some adjustment for that, so we'll see it when the time comes.